Fox News alert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the mad scientist who locked down the country, ruined the economy, and injured our children, has just tested positive for COVID. We wish him well, and he released the statement that every vaccinated Democrat releases once they get COVID. His symptoms are mild, and he's thankful for the vaccine. And Fauci hasn't just taken one shot. The man is at least quadruple boosted. Some might argue he is the most boosted man in America. But at his age, we shouldn't jest. And we do sincerely wish him a speedy recovery. But the same way Fauci follows the science, Primetime has a nose for the truth. And we've done some contact tracing. The team at Primetime has taken this very seriously. And we will report momentarily on what we found. But the first thing that came to our mind, did Dr. Fauci expose himself on purpose to coronavirus? Why would he do that? Well, tomorrow he was supposed to get into the ring with Senator Rand Paul to testify under oath about the pandemic. Now, these things don't usually go very well for the Fauci master.
Do you really think it's appropriate to use your $420,000 salary to attack scientists that disagree with you?
I think in usual fashion, Senator, you are distorting everything about me. There you go again. You just do the same thing every hearing.
That was your response. And this wasn't the only time.
So I would like to make something clear to the committee. He's doing this for political reasons.
You've engaged in base politics. You wonder why there's so much anger? You're not an objective scientist. You've lost that long ago.
But Dr. Fauci is usually a good sport about these confrontations, so we don't think he threw the hearing, because as you know, he can't really throw anything.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
We have some medical advice for the doctor. We implore you, do not inject bleach. This is a no-no. Instead, here's a tip from one of your best friends.
Here's the secret to kicking this virus. It's not a pill or a potion. It's about your will and devotion. Now I am wise to the beast and its ways. I was just soaked and scared, honest to God. You got to layer up, you got to drink, you got to take Tylenol, and you got to fight back. All day, all night, hundo P, 100%. That's why I have to keep working. First of all, because I can, and if I can, I should.
So if sweating doesn't work, we got you a second opinion. Listen.
It turns out I got COVID. So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds, monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, Z-Pak, prednisone, everything. And I also got an NAD drip and a vitamin drip, and I did that 3 days in a row. And so here we are on Wednesday, and I feel great.
Or you can take it from your former boss.
Don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it. You're going to beat it. We have the best medical equipment. We have the best medicines, all developed recently. And you're going to beat it. I didn't feel so good. And 2 days ago, I could have left 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I felt great, like better than I have in a long time. I said just recently, better than 20 years ago. Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives.
Don't let it dominate you, Anthony. But we're a little bit confused about how you got COVID, since your current boss said he was going to shut it down.
I know how to do this. As I said before, I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm going to shut down the virus.
Actually, Biden got it backwards. He shut down the economy instead of COVID. So, Anthony, you are the second to last person in America to get COVID. Congrats. You're a runner-up to Joe Biden in America's COVID musical chairs competition. Obviously, we hope the president doesn't get it. Wouldn't be the first thing Joe Biden didn't get. But anyway, we did some digging. And we're confused why you got COVID, because as America's doctor, you were supposed to be setting an example for the rest of us. You've certainly given us enough advice.
Wear a mask, okay? This is what they're saying. Make sure you wear a mask. So you wear a mask. Then you want it to fit better. So one of the ways you could do it, if you would like to, is put a cloth mask over, which actually here and here and here, where you could get leakage in, is much better contained.
All right, don't get any leakage, Anthony. You don't want leakage. So we assumed you'd be wearing the mask everywhere you went, but that's not what we found out. Over the weekend, a maskless Fauci walked the halls of the College of Holy Cross, his alma mater, where they unveiled a new science complex in his name. It looks like a super spreader event to us. So we're pretty certain, after hours and hours of diligent contact tracing, that Fauci was exposed to the coronavirus at college. He did not eat bat soup. That is a false rumor that we have debunked as disinformation. The event was supposed to honor Fauci, and there were cameras there, so obviously he couldn't miss it. And now, we're not in the mask shaming game like some people, so we won't do this.
There comes a time when you're dealing with a public health crisis that could involve you, your family, and everyone else, that something supersedes that need to do exactly what you want to do.
We're not going to point fingers and say, see, I told you so, because we're humble. And that's what people think of when they think of Jesse Waters, humility, which is something that is hopefully a side effect for whatever variant you have, Dr. Fauci, because now might be the time to come clean about the origins of COVID-19. We know for a fact it escaped from a lab that was funded by you, Dr. Fauci, and a lab where Bat Lady worked, the doctor who collaborated with American scientists, your own peers. So, while you're quarantining, riddled with a guilty conscience about your fingerprints being all over the sloppy Wuhan lab and your fingerprints being all over these horrific lockdowns, which didn't make a damn bit of difference, according to Johns Hopkins, think about what you want to say to us when you recover, because you've said a lot already. And this is the only thing America really wants to hear from you about at this point. But listen, Fauci, don't beat yourself up. This was bound to happen. As someone once said, you have to learn to live with the virus. At least this will make a great last chapter in your book.